Hey, welcome, Mr. Max, Mr. Fred, and everyone else who's here. Mr. Tim, how are you doing? On this nice Sunday evening. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to continue to work on a park we started Sunday. No, Wednesday I think. Yes. Which will be fun. I'm doing well as well. Had a nice day today. And I'm excited for this stream. So, let's get started, shall we? Ah yes. This is where we left off last time. Now this is not what I would consider very overcrowded. But we'll get to that. Just messing around in the test park, creating some single rail coaster designs that work well in scenario play. Using SpaceX custom terrains because the official terrain hasn't been released yet. I know SpaceX, he's made some nice custom stuff. So, were you all here last Wednesday? I could give a little bit of a tour. Although it might be worth waiting a bit with that. Since apparently we only have 6 viewers so far. I assume over the next couple of minutes people will start dropping in. There we go. There are people. Welcome. There we go. Twitch's notification was probably about 3 minutes late. Hello Sanushi, Mattmello, Maximilian, Roland and everyone else. I can't say everyone's name, it's too much. Can't keep up with that. What do I think about magnetic virtues? If you explain me what they are, I might be able to give an opinion on them. Trying to watch 2 streams at once. I mean, if you want to watch the other stream, whatever you're watching, that's fine. You're a mod here, but it's not like we need a lot of moderation, so you're fine to watch whatever you want. Oh, welcome back then, depressed jellyfish. Read my WhatsApp. Alright. Let's see what that's about. "67 messages. Yeah, I haven't been on WhatsApp much today. I'm not going to read all this. Right now. Not on stream. It's going to take way too much time. Oh, thank you very much, Luther Kitty, for the bits. And I'm going to close WhatsApp. There we go. Okay, let's actually get started now. Because, whoops, I do want to add, that was an accident, I do want to add some rights. And I might, I think I maybe want to add a little something here. Maybe a bit later. But yeah, let's start with a second layer. I'm not sure where to start. When I built the electric fields, which this is based on, I really built organically and I just wasn't thinking about it. And I have a feeling, I said this last time as well, that I'm thinking about it too much. But let's start with the merry-go-round, not that one. So I'm currently using the Twitch dashboard to watch my stream instead of watching it myself. And the number of viewers is really behind. Because it still says that I have 6 viewers. Which is obviously not true, considering how many different people are commenting. So I have no idea how many people are here at the moment. It says 50 at the moment. That's quite decent. 7 minutes after starting. The nice thing is that I can now... I have my activity feed here, which makes it easier for me to see, you know, what exactly has been done after I get the notification sound. Okay, so I can get down here. Oh wait, I was using a different kind of path, right? I'm going to use this path. Because the supports are much smaller. There we go, that's connected. Add a standard twister with way too high stats. Well, there's 2 issues with that. First off, I don't want to build a coaster with way too high stats. And secondly, we don't have the standard twister available. Hi, Mike Phoenix, I think it is. That was a bit complicated to read. Alright, let's get up here as well. Okay, that doesn't work. We'll go up like that then. There we go. Yes, we discussed Marco leaving Nightwish last Wednesday, and it sucks. But he has to choose for his own mental health. And the music business sucks. You know, extortion, not paying bands a lot, you know, streaming, that kind of stuff. And people of the Middle East apparently investing in Ticketmaster and whatnot, which he doesn't like. So yeah, I do understand his decision, no matter how much I also hate his decision. Because I love him. His voice is just amazing. Going to build one more flat ride on this level. And then I'm going to do a coaster. And at some point, we'll hopefully get to the point where I really have to puzzle. Oh, whoops, this doesn't work. How does it? Where I really have to puzzle to get all the paths connected. Can it fit there? It can. This isn't Minecraft. Why would you think it is? I did not announce that I was doing a Minecraft stream. Welcome, Hillian D. Okay, let's build a coaster. Let's do a looping coaster. It's amazing that you can tell where things are without height markers. Experience, I suppose. Honestly, whenever people say it's amazing that you can do this, you can do that in this game, most often the answer is just, well, yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while. If I build it here, and then I can, needs to be long enough for there to be an entrance building there. There we go. Then I can build a queue line. Now over and under and whatever. Now let me just already build the queue line. Oh, the log flume is in the way right here. Well, then I'll just go like this, won't I? There we go, steady on. That's a queue line. And is this a continuation of the stacked park? Yes. It is. Okay, now I need to build a coaster here. Let's hope that I can actually build a good coaster here. Let's make this 9 kilometers an hour. There we go. Got a nice little chain lift going on. Expert challenge. Make it 2 dueling coasters. I don't think dueling coasters will really be a thing. Do I have any launched freefalls starting underground yet? No. In fact, I don't have anything underground yet. I might want to do that. But since I haven't done anything underground yet, I might also just leave that. Since building another whole underground path layer, first of you don't see it, which is a bit of a shame. And secondly, it's not... I don't really like building underground, to be honest. Let's see, can we do a looping here? Will it make that? It should, right? Yeah, easily. I don't have free falls. I do have an observation tower. The only thrill rides that I have are the twist and the what's it called? Wait, this might be a bit high. The twist and the ship, the swing ship. Yep, this park. Thought we'd continue it. Okay, let's see if I can... I'm not aligned with the station at all. Hang on, let me actually just build backwards here. If I do that, that makes it a lot easier for me. I think I just need to go down too, right? Oh, and then I need an S-bend. Okay. I was not at all where I thought I was, but that's fine. Okay. We can test this right and open it, but I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. You will need to give your rides different colors. Well, different colors? I am going to. I also did this in my electric fields. And then it looks like a beautiful mess at the end. There we go. This one is blue. Let's give these 2 different colors so that they stand out from each other. Let's make this brown. There we go. No longer the same color. Let's see what the stats on this are. It's a fairly short ride. Does have an inversion. Highest drop is only 18 meters though. But the stats will be alright, I think. But let's see what we get. And let's build a path this way. My OpenRT2 just... Okay. My OpenRT2 just froze for a bit. Wonder why that happened. Okay, can we get down here? Somewhere. Not here. Can you build a train? Probably not. And not even because I don't want to. But I don't think I can. I could fit it underground. But above ground, I don't think I could fit a train. Inversion means looping roller coaster doesn't care about stat requirements, right? That's not entirely true. You still need the, what's it called, top speed. But without the top speed, you can't make an inversion anyway. Excitement rating 5.67, intensity 6.14, nausea 2.66. Not bad. Hey Shizzle, welcome to the stream. It's going well, thank you. Alright, that's one coaster on the first layer. It's not bad. Let's do another one. Or let's build a flat right here. This I kinda want to keep building until we don't see grass anymore. Which is not, not too difficult if you just cover the park with a maze. But yeah, this'll do nicely. Can I go around there? I think I can. Okay, that won't fit. What if I do this? Thank you for the follow. No. Can I go around here? Okay, that's a problem. What if I go down? Can I go under it? No, and I can't go down more. Can I go over this? Yes, I can. Brilliant. But again, there's something in the way. This is going to happen a lot today. It'll be like, yeah, that fits. Oh, nope, there's something in the way. Alright, I need to go down a level. Oh, and there's a pirate ship in the way. Well, that's no problem. I'll just block that off with a no entry sign. Let's see. Is there some place I can go up from here? Will this work? Yes, this works. Amazing. Can always use more bumper cars. Yep. There we go. That's connected. I won't put no entry sign there. It's not necessary. And I might need that space at some point to place a stall, maybe. So, that's the dodgems. I think it's time for another coaster. So, I want to ask a question. I'm not sure, because we don't have a lot of variety of coasters that can go tall. In fact, the only two that are fit for this park are the looping coaster and the stand-up coaster. Because the suspended swinging coaster requires a lot of clearance, which makes it difficult to build. And the wooden coaster has big, bulky supports. So what do you guys think about using a little cheat Reno and adding a few ride types? Mainly coaster types. Would you guys be okay with that? Alright, well, that's not a single no. So, let's do it. Object selection. Let's see, what do we get? Corkscrew. I'll specifically pick some that have a high support limit. Well, I'm noting that I'm generally just picking every coaster type, basically. Well, not every, but a lot of them. Twister coaster is always nice. The inverted impulse coaster is not a lot of fun. I can add it though. Maybe I'll build one. You know, never know. Now that's a better coaster selection. Let's build a twister roller coaster. Wait, I forgot one. I forgot the vertical drop roller coaster. Which is important because it has a very high support limit. And that very support limit once was essential to me beating a scenario. Which once again was Wasteland of Dying Dreams. I could have just bought, bought some extra land, but I didn't really want to. Let's build a twister coaster. Well, that doesn't fit. Let's start just on top of this. Wait, how far can we go? Oh, okay, the park does continue there, nice. That's good. I kind of want 3 trains on this, but, whatever, 2 is fine as well. Doesn't really matter. Currently we're at 3 though. Oh, hey Neri, welcome back. So, let's do launch lift hill. There we go. Does it make that? Will it have enough speed? Not entirely sure. Just about not. Now it should have, but it's too high for support. Okay, let's go down. Let's just do a regular half loop then. Could fuse quad loop as well, that's true. But half loop fits well. Ooh, what I could do is go underground here. Without even needing to alter the land. No, actually I can't, because Force Frontiers is 1 down compared to normal ground level. So you don't have the space underground if you want to go vertical into it. So that's a shame. We can still do a nice drop here though. And something like this. And a barrel roll, lots of inversions. That's always fun. It won't be a vomit coaster. This is not more extreme than, a big inversion heavy coaster at a regular theme park. This is not like the vomit comet we built at what's it called, the Okinawa Coast Reclamation, that park. That was like up and down, up and down, up and down, the classic mini coaster or whatever it's called. And that was a vomit comet. Hey Andre, welcome. Okay, I just need to connect these 2 bits now. I'm already above the station apparently. Oh, I'm way too low for that. That's why it feels wrong. There we go. Now I'm at the correct height. I cannot do a barrel roll here, but I can do a photo section and a little dip. Could you use the laydown coaster to make interlocking corkscrews? I can. It does not even excitement boost indeed. Block section above the station. Nope, I don't do block sections. Thank you very much for the sub. Schleek. Yeah, I still have trouble with your name, but thank you very much. I'm not sure if I'm old enough yet on Twitch to have, you know, all these people who've always been here, but you'd definitely be one of them. Train's not going as fast as I thought there. The G-forces are quite alright on this coaster. 119 kilometers an hour, 43 average speed, but not even 5 Gs. Is level 2 going well? Yes. So far, we don't have a lot of rides on level 2 yet. But what we do have is nice. Okay, let me just go up here so that I can go above that coaster. There we go. Okay, right now it's quite easy still, if I can find an angle, to connect all the paths. Although I must say this is a dead end, which I don't really like. Oh, I'm not where I thought I was. What if I do this? So, yeah, it's quite easy to connect all the paths, Marcel. Famous last words. Famous last words. Okay, we can do this though. Yes, that works. And then, if I connect this to somewhere here, that won't be a dead end. Where... Okay, do I have any space? Yeah, I can go from back here. Yeah, that's not a bad, not a bad idea. Gonna do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, and that. That works. Now I just need to connect up the queue line. You know, an interesting way to look at inversions. Take a looping, imagine picking both exits in your hand and pulling them apart at a 90-degree angle to the looping direction. Pull once, you get a corkscrew. Pull again, you get a barrel roll. And pull once again, you have an inline twist. I have a lot of trouble imagining that in my head, but I'll take your word for it. Wait, am I... Oh, I'm too low for that. Hang on, let me just reinvent this queue line. Oh, that doesn't fit. Alright, screw it. I'll just rebuild this bit. There we go. Nicely done. 1940 for this ride. Not bad. We're almost a millionaire, making about 50k a month. And that is another coaster done, with 7 excitement, 7.7 intensity and 3.6 nausea. Let's put on some music on it. Let's give it a recognizable color. Let's do green. There we go. This is pretty much the same as what happened with the other park. I didn't really start with coloring my coasters, so the early ones still have the original colors. Which is well here. I think this is quite barren. It's too barren in my opinion. I can put a ride here. The problem is, if I put a ride here, where do I build the entrance and exit to? Because I kind of locked everything in here. I don't have a lot of space. I can go all the way around here. Hang on, that's actually not such a bad idea. I can build a path around here, then I go up here and then connect it somewhere there. Ooh, this is gonna be a maze. Not the ride, the path. Make an underground tunnel that reaches there. You see, making an underground tunnel here is not a problem. Making it go above ground, a similar pathway, is not a problem either. The thing is, that's a long dead end. And that's something that I'm not particularly fond of. Okay, let's see. Can I? Or can I not? Okay, I definitely need to go up here. I want to build this path through this coaster just for the hell of it. Well, that does seem to not be too difficult. Apart from this bit. Let's go up. Okay, that doesn't work. I mean, what did I expect? It was difficult enough to get the coaster to work. Let's go underground, shall we? There we go. Now we go up again. And there we are. Now let's do a queue line. There we go. Let's build another ride here. Can I build the space rings below this? I can. Now that's perfection. I can just take these all down. Underground as well. Which is pretty sweet. There we go. I'm already starting to like this corner a lot more. Now that that's actually too big. Now that it's getting filled with rides. Let's do a whole dimension. They're always good. Where do I want this to go? Can I work my way out here? I can just go underground, can I? Yeah, sure I can. Thank you for the follow, Dways. That's a nice name. Dways. It's quite satisfying to say. Yeah, the engineering of this park would be amazing. Imagine all the challenges that come with this park. We don't have the cutaway view, by the way, if things become too crowded. Which at some point they might just become. Okay, this needs to go one further and not like that. Why do you connect there? There we go. And now I need to somehow get back to civilization from this path. In fact, I think I'm going to go. Can I go up here? No. Okay. Question. Where is the closest place that I can go up again? Oh my god. It's probably here, isn't it? Yes, I think it would be. I think Gonna be a long pathway. How are the guests coping with the path? Not too bad so far, I think. Okay, let's take it down here. I'll connect the queue line later. One person is stuck on it. Okay, let's see through right. There we go, that's connected. Now I'll just connect this as well. Just like that. Amazing. That works. So now this feels a little less empty. So let's see how many lost guests there are. I feel sick is the top thought. But only 248, too crowded. We really have a lot of path for how many guests, which is over 4,000 by now. It's doing well. Let's build another coaster. The guest list window is showing a bit more angry faces than normal. You're right. Although, then again, most of these when I'm clicking on are smiling. Or sick. You know. But these sick guys are still very happy. It might just be that guests... It might also be that it shows the newest guests first, and maybe guests don't enter the park that happy. And then they enter the happy machine, and they become happy. It might be the case, but that's just speculation on my part. Let's build a corkscrew. Let's build it near the entrance. Random station location, there we go, and it doesn't work. Random station location a tiny bit higher, let's go. You know, it somewhat works. This is the length we have, good enough. We can do a very steep chain lift, that's nice. Because the Corkscrew coaster does have quite long trains. Can we do a looping? We can. We can do another one. And another one. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, turns out we can't because there's a thing in the way. Well, let's do a half loop into a corkscrew then. It still fits. Shame that it just can't do a twist. Oh, welcome to the stream, Nick. Let's do an on the right photo section. And actually, it's not in a great spot for a real life park, but it's not terrible either. How fast is it going? Okay, that's good enough for this small turn. Not too fast. But I would like some brakes here. Thank you. There we go. Okay, this bit is also feeling a bit empty. He says, well, there's a big coaster. Let's do a helix down here. Can I fit an S-band? I cannot. Okay, let's actually do this, then this, then this, then this. There we go. Perfect. And now to connect the path. Let's see, I can go up from here, right? Yeah. Can I go under the station? Okay, but there is a coaster in the way, namely the Junior. You sort of drew it. Now I'm curious. If my laptop wants to load it. Because the connection with my laptop and the internet is not too fast. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, you mean like that? Yeah, you know, you're actually right. What's your favorite of those 4 inversion types? Now I can go over this. Then I can connect it to here. Nice. Then I kinda want to connect it to this path. I must be able to find a way, right? Inline twists are very enjoyable to go through. Big ass loop is your favorite inversion. Corkscrews are the most fun to build with. Meanwhile, I just enjoy standard loops. There's a... You know, quite a few of you might know the speed of sound at Wallaby Holland. And it's the Cobra design, you know, very basic design, so... In other, you know, people that have not been to Wallaby Holland might also know it, because it's present at a lot of parks around the world. And it obviously has a looping. And I love that looping. If you're in the back car all the way at the back, and at the moment you start to go backwards, and you enter the looping, you get some amazing G-forces. And that's probably the favorite inversion I've ever been in. Alright, this one is done. Whoa, hang on. I did not notice I built this like that. That's pretty neat. That it goes around that like that. And that it fits. That's pretty cool. This one can stay white. There's no other white right in the neighborhood. See what the stats are. Oh crap. The G-forces are too high. Probably right at the end, right? Well, it's not measuring any at the moment. There we go. Okay, where are they too high? Yeah, it's the very last turn. That is a problem. But probably not for long, since I can just put brakes here. There we go. Doesn't matter if it's too intense with guests, as long as it tests below 2.81 Gs just once. Let's see if we made that. Yes, we did. It had extreme intensity and still had high excitement. Yeah, so this is a nice fact about how the game works. These trains have an intensity factor of plus 10%, which are the standard Corkscrew trains. And the thing about the changes that the trains have to all the stats are applied at the very, very end. of the stat calculation. So, if you have a ride with, for example, 9.9 intensity without the boost, then you don't get the intensity penalty at the moment that the intensity penalty is calculated. So your excitement stays the same. But then the boost gets still applied, so you go over 10 intensity without getting a penalty to your excitement rating. Guests are still less likely to ride it, since when it's above 10 intensity they become much less likely to ride it. Not just because it's too intense, but also because of an extra factor that kicks in when it's above 10 intensity. But your excitement might not take a hit. Welcome to the stream, jdub.axie. Nice to see you here. Okay, this is all connected up. The path is going well. And I think that we're starting to have a nice second layer. And now what I need to do is just continue. So let's build a maze. Let's actually, I can't really be bothered to build my own maze. Let's just build a mini maze. You know what, let's actually build maze 1. If I can find a place. Maze doesn't have a very high support limit. It's already so hectic. Is this what you call hectic? Then you're in for a treat. Oh, I can build it here. There we go. But I need... Oh, I can always change these around. I know this is not an actual maze, but I built it and I want to build it again. Let's connect the path from here. Okay, that doesn't fit. That does though. I think I need to do it like this. And then I can do a queue line like that. There we go. What do you mean this is not a maze? This is definitely a maze. Okay, how do we get back to the ground? I must have left some space here, right? Oh, I know. I can create some space. Can create some space right there. Perfect. Amazing. There we go. That maze is opened as well. 1 million. Nice. Thank you for notifying me, Gav. And let's do some benches and the bins. Okay, we've already done that here. You know what? Let's actually do that easier. There we go. Although it's a shame that we can't see our benches and bins like this. But we can at least place the benches, because when it's raised, I'm noticing now, you can still see the fences. But as soon as I build something there, like a bench, the fences disappear. Which seems like a safety hazard, but okay. You know, that might actually not be the best idea. Should just do it like this. Oh, huh, the fences don't actually disappear, they just disappear on that particular view. That's interesting. I'll show you the finances screen in a minute. After I'm done with this. It's interesting, we're currently gaining guests and I'm not advertising. Which means that the soft guest cap must be high enough for that. Which is something I did not expect, that the soft guest cap of this park is already more than 4,500. This is the finances. We're making over 50k a month. Except in September. But then we did make 6k from shop sales because rain and umbrellas. Which was pretty nice. And this is the weekly profit. Still 10k loan. Oh. I've been paying a lot of monthly payments of 12 euros at loan interest. All the interest is only a single % in RCT1 parks. So it's not a lot. Where's my weekly profit here? The highest... Well, yeah, around 12,000. It said 14,000 a minute ago. In RCT Classic the interest rate is higher, so they must have changed it then. Okay, let's build a ride here. Can't go below, well then we'll pick a ride that can go below there. There we go. Why do I build a ride right here? There's a simple answer to that. I want to. It's chaotic. And I like chaotic. Although this exit is quite in the wrong place. This is... maybe it is in the right place. Because it can't fit there. There we go. Yeah, the image quality is going to be a bit sucky in this live stream. We'll have to deal with that. Oh, perfect height. Nice. How do I get out of here? Do I go like this? That doesn't work. I can go underground, yes, and I can probably. Does this work? Oh god, my guests are gonna hate me for this. Okay, that doesn't work anyway, because the thing is in the way. Where can I get up? Oh, can I go up there? In the corner? I can. That's actually pretty close to the entrance. Nice. And there, and there, and there. Where's your low to land? Damn it. Is that low enough for ya? Amazing. It works. There we go. And the gear line fits as well. Some benches. If you have some trouble with climbing stairs, then I pity the fool who rides this this ride. Because that's not a fun exit path to walk. Let's hire some more staff, shall we? Let's go up to 100 handymen. There we go. And let's go 15 mechanics. That's really not enough. Let's go to 50 mechanics. There we go. That's definitely enough. How does the AI pathfinding handle multiple layers of path? Not great. Not great. Which is why this is so fun. Okay, now I want to connect these two bits. Let's just see how long we can go. Oh, we could go straight for quite a bit longer than I expected. How high are we compared to this path? I think we're one higher. Oh, two actually. Oh, that's easy. How do you close all the windows at once? Shift plus backspace. And that works even if you don't have OpenRCT2. It's been in the game since at least 2002. Might have been RCT1 as well, but I'm not sure. So maybe since 1999. There we go. That's the benches and the bins. It's looking quite neat so far, the park. But it's not nearly full enough. How are you overriding the zoom to go super zoomed? Get the newest version of OpenRCT2, or a recent one. It's a couple of months old, I believe. And make your drawing engine OpenGL. Then you get 2 more zoom levels. Which are pretty neat. How do I shift backspace on mobile? Have a BlackBerry with like an extendable keyboard. Other than that, I wouldn't know. Wait, I'm not connected to the... There we go, that's better. Okay, that doesn't quite fit. Like that it does though. This is fairly symmetrical. Nice. Bluetooth keyboard may work. Imagine using a big ass keyboard to connect to your tiny phone. I mean, sometimes you need it, but it feels a bit weird. Let's do another coaster. Let's do... Which is one we don't have yet. We don't have a vertical drop coaster yet. Let's make it a big vertical drop. Because, well, that's what it's called. And let's do it here. And then I kind of want to extend the path on the second layer to, you know, here. I really like that this coaster type can do steep lift hills. Also, yeah, it can go quite tall. Aren't you frustrated by the impossibility to try your coaster? Do you mean the coaster cam from RCT3? Assuming that's what you mean, you know, riding it. No, I don't particularly care much about that. It's a cool feature, sure, don't get me wrong. I like it. But it's not something I sorely miss if I don't have it. Now this is one hell of a drop. Let's increase the chain lift speed, as always. This is a drop from 76 meters to 9. That's almost a 70-meter drop. This almost looks like, what's it called? An inverted impulse coaster. With the way it's going up and down. Okay, let's actually get back to the station. Oh, I'm in a way different position than I thought I was. Do vertical twists add to the stats? Nope. Not at all. In fact, I think it's just the same. You know, if you do 4 vertical twists, it's probably doing the exact same thing as 12 just vertical bits. Except that 4 twists is a lot cheaper. And the clearance is a bit different because, you know, you're twisting. Okay. This won't work like this. I need to go steep. There we go. Would it go too fast there? Probably not if I make this go to 6. Let's test it. Oh, entrance not built. Let's build one. He says, without knowing if he can surely find the position. There we go. Is the stream still on? Because my dashboard says there was a fault. But it also says I'm still live. Oh, crap. My laptop doesn't have internet. That's why there was a mistake. Oh, there, the internet's back. Let's try to reload the web page. Luckily, my computer is connected with a LAN cable, so internet outages are a lot less common on my computer. Come on, load. There we go. It works again for me. So, turns out I was never down. It was just my laptop which had a bit of trouble with the internet. I should not open it yet. Let's see what the stats... Oh! That's not good. Do these... Yeah, those brakes are the issue. Okay, let's fix this last bit. So I just do that. Take a bit more space. And do... No, if I go on one more. Then go down. Then do that. I am aligned properly. I thought I wasn't, but apparently I am. That should be better. I've never seen Forest Frontiers with this many guests before, and we're not even close to the limit. Okay, let's build a queue line. First, let's actually build some more path around here. Giving some nice head chopper bonuses here. That gives a decent excitement boost. Not that it really matters. Okay, where can I get down here? I can get down here, I think. Let's go up. Yes. Okay, I think I need to go the other way. Okay, and if I just follow the... Well, it doesn't fit. Never mind. Okay, if I go up, is 1 enough? 1 is not enough. If I go up 2 then... Okay, that doesn't fit. Is 1 enough to go over the drink stall? No, but I can. There we go. Problem solved. And now I can remove all these to get out of the way. To keep the path as small as possible. And I also kind of want to build it around here. So, let's start with that. Okay, I was kind of confused for a bit there. I thought that this black thing, which the photo section is on, I was balancing on the entrance building of the observation tower. And I was like, what's the photo section doing on top of the observation tower without a ride on it? Turns out that that's not at all the case. Also, I can't build path there. Internet a bit wonky today. Well, it's gone out once for my laptop, but other than that, Twitch says that my connection is, you know, is prime, is very good. So that should not be on my end if there's an issue. And the reason is that I'm not streaming from my laptop, I'm streaming from my computer, which has a direct LAN connection. Okay, this is one tutorial. Let's see if we can still go over this. We can. Amazing. Oh. That's a problem. That's still a problem there. This is a problem everywhere. Okay, that works. Now we're very high above the ground, but that's what you get with parks like these. Yes, you found my accent, Moby 5000. I'm Dutch, I have a Dutch accent. Okay, now I want to connect it to there. Also, I just want to go to the ground, really. Okay, I should go down a bit more here already. Okay, that doesn't fit. What if I go here? That works. But that's not really what I want. Yeah, wait, that does work. There, now it's connected. And now I can do the entrance line. Which is gonna be really easy. Nah, let's just keep it there. There we go. And we can charge 20 for this. Long time viewer, first time listener. Welcome, Tom. Good to have you here. We just built a vertical drop coaster. Let's make it dark pink. Oh, no. Dark pink, please. Thank you. That works. This is making your dinky park look very simple. This is making a lot of parks, including almost all of mine, look very simple. Then again, I did set out to make one of the most complicated parks when I started. I should make a connection here so that I have something to branch off of. Oh, there is already something here. But it's not... I might just build something here and see what happens. Wasn't the vertical drop coaster Frostbite Castle Stream light pink instead of dark pink? If I remember correctly. Let's do a flat ride. We're just going to build another one of these on top of that. Can I build path from here? I can definitely build path there, right? Yeah. Okay, now I have to find... No, I don't actually have to connect it to there. I can just do it there. Which will work just fine. I hope. Yes. Now I cannot build another maze above it without obviously just cheating and removing the build height, but I don't want to do that. Now. Wait. Am I stupid? Okay, so at first I thought there was no path raised here, but then I thought there was. Okay, turns out there is somewhat, but not the one here that I want. So let's build a ride here, and let's make a reason for me to build a path there. I want to connect it from here. Do I need to be higher? I need to be quite a bit higher. There. No, that's not right at all. Oh, now I'm too high. Ha, I dropped the Handyman, but I caught him again. Is the park name Pathfinding? No, it's Mumbai. Wait, are we going? Okay, we're not going through the loop, but we're sort of off in the loop. And now I need to connect it to here somehow. Okay, we're over there. And we're getting closer. No! Crap. That was an accident. Oh, the looping coaster is in the way regardless. I can get around there though. If I do that, like that. There we go. This is one hell of a path maze. Oh, the log flume is in the way now. But if I go down more, the log flume is still in the way. Not the burger bar. Oh god, this is not going well at all. Stupid log flume. Okay, I need to go the other way. So the nice thing about... Okay, that doesn't work. The nice thing about building these paths is that there are so many paths that if I remove a path because, you know, I don't want the path there anymore, and there are still guests on it, it doesn't really matter, since they'll fall on other paths probably anyway. Okay, I'm almost there. I've almost made the connection. Let's get one that I rarely use. Height marks. That's the wrong one. Paths. 4.5 and 6. Let's do right tracks as well, because there's a right in the way here. I can actually just go over that, I think. I can't go under it because there's path in the way. Might be able to go over it here, yes. If I go there and there and there and there, it works. That was not easy. But yeah, that's how these parks go. Ooh, we have 11 twists. Nice. Why are you doing this? Because I can. And because apparently you guys like to watch it. The thing is, these paths, that now I have something that I can branch off from. Which will be nice. Especially if we go even taller. So last time during the stream I told a few stories, including my best drunk stories. So if you want me, if you're curious to any other kinds of stories I have, feel free to ask away. But it was fun telling them, and you seem to enjoy them. Park is getting reasonably filled up now. Let's actually save this as version 2. Story about the worst game I've ever played. Good question. What is the worst game I've ever played? Let me quickly go through my Steam library. Let's see if there's any... Okay, it's updating at the moment, so we'll just wait a bit. But I'll see if what's the worst game that I have in my Steam library. I kind of want to build another coaster. Let's do a limb coaster. Yes, I call them limb coasters. Let's build it here. Okay, Steam is loaded up. Library. Let's see. What's the worst game that I have in my Steam library? Okay, honestly, none that I have in my library are terrible. I do have a game there called, what's it called? Transform Mice, which some friends wanted me to play with them, and we never figured out how it worked. It was absolutely weird, and it was not fun at all. But then again, it cost about, $5. It might have even been free. So, can't really complain about that. Other than that, I did not enjoy Zoo Tycoon 2 a lot. You see, I've never played any of the terrible Roller Coaster Tycoon games, like World or Touch or Mobile or whatever. So, those don't count. If I had played any of them, it would be an easy answer. But I haven't. Okay, let's see how fast I want to launch this. I need to be careful with the placement of this. But I can always place it in a different position later. What about this launch speed? Oh, that's fine. Well, one of the weirdest game experience was probably Age of Empires 3, which was because for some reason had it in French. And I don't speak French, still don't do. So we didn't really know how the game worked. Which leads me nicely into the question, do you speak any other languages other than Dutch and English? And the answer is no. I can read a little bit of German and French, but other than that, nothing. Wait, what? Huh? Okay, so I'm currently building this into this and it just acts like it connects. That shouldn't happen. It should just give me with like a you can't build a piece here. That's weird. That stuff should only happen with 0 clearance. Well, let's do an S-bend. Okay, I kind of want to get back to the station now. Let's see what we can do. Station is at height 12. So we're currently not quite aligned with the station. Let's have some brakes. Okay, that's not going to work like that. What if we go up here? Do I speak Pig Latin? No. I was confused about it for a while. I did not know what it was, and people were, you know, referencing Pig Latin and whatnot. So I looked it up, and so I sort of know how it works. But no, I don't speak Pig Latin at all, and I don't plan to learn it. It's probably something that, you know, that you learn at primary school or whatever, not as an adult. Thank you for the follow. Pelikane lul. What a name, my friend. For the non-Dutchies here, it's Dutch for pelican dick. If this continues, I might start branding this stream as 18 plus due to the language. Ooh, this path is way too high. Can we go through the loop? No, not like that. Okay, that works. Bit of a short queue line, but yeah. It's fine. There we go. You know, I'll actually extend the queue line a bit. There we go. Now it's longer. How much can we charge for this? Do your job. Also, the station is way too long. It doesn't need to be that long for a single train. 1820, not bad. Not bad at all. That's another coaster added to the mayhem. Kinda want to build a flat ride somewhere here. Let's do a merry-go-round. There we go. That obscures some of the grass. And it also gives me an excuse to build a path through here. How tall is that? Let's go up. That's too much. I think that line's right. No, it doesn't. Now it does, though. And let's connect that to there. Okay, the Jeep Junior is in the way. Oh, I thought I was... I thought the... Well, yeah, now the looping coaster's in the way. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Can I go below it? No, it's still in the way. Oh, this works actually. Oh, nice. That connection was easier than I expected. As a Dutch person, it's weird to see people spam lul in Twitch chats. It took me quite a while to get used to that. Not just Twitch, but any chat room. Discord, Pokemon Showdown, which, you know, Pokemon chat room website, which I've been active on for a while. Back in 2014. And I thought that people were randomly cussing each other out. There we go. That's one more path. The connections are quite good now. And it actually is starting to look like a proper second layer. Because you can see all the paths now. And the paths make it look like a second layer. Which I like. It's starting to get full. Well, you know, depends on your definition of full, I suppose. You forgot the queue line. I did, didn't I? I'm quite good at that. Oh. There's a coaster in the way here. It's not something I did foresee. Can I go this way? I can't. Well, let's go down then. I hope we can go down here. Please. No. Come on. Okay, now we're right below the path. Come on, other way. Does that work? It does. Nice. The flaw in your design reveals itself. Well, the entire point of this park is flaws like that. Doing the puzzle of seeing how you want to connect all your paths is actually quite nice. I remember doing that puzzle a lot on the electric fields that I did. And it was always interesting. Is Marcel the act in the park? No, and we also haven't named him. Okay, let's start with a Giga Coaster. And this one is going to be tall. Monstrously tall. But where do I want to put the station? What about right above the path? There we go. Plenty of space for a long station here. Whee! Up we go. It's a very tall and expensive Giga Coaster. But then again, we're making almost 60k a month, so I don't really care about expensiveness. How tall is it? 126. Nice. Ooh. You're not escaping. If you thought you were, give up all hope. I must be near the end, right? Ah, not quite. Okay, I'm gonna do that. We'll take a nice wide turn. Right up until the edge of the park. Coaster's in the way, no problem. We'll just do that. It's probably still in the way. Yes, it is. Oh, it's not a coaster. It's an observation tower. Well, I know a solution for that. There we go. You know when you're watching someone trying to untangle their earbuds, but they keep making it worse. That's what you're watching right now. Suppose that's not too bad of a description. Then again, I am making it worse on my on purpose. Can I make a nice inverted impulse coaster? You know, I'll give it a shot after this monstrosity is done. Nice thing about this being so tall is that we don't have to worry about it for a while during the build-up. Also, we can build giga coasters for a long time because Path has no support limit either. Go down like that. A little bit of twisty action. There we go. Now let's do some brakes. And let's get back to the station. I'll build up from the station. There we go. Okay, we're one too tall for this. But that's no matter. Let's just use a booster here. Amazing. Oh, I'll fix that. We can actually fix a photo section here. Nice. Oh, we need an entrance and exit. No problem. There we go. Now let's wait a while until the cable lift has arrived downstairs. We'll make this a glorious dark purple. Thank you for the follow. Mrs. Dub.exe. Oh, cool. The wife of, I'm assuming. Oh, there it goes. I think it'll reach about 120, 130 kilometers an hour. Okay, maybe a bit faster. 159. It's not too bad. Oh, we reach 165 there. Apparently that's a lower drop. Will it? Well, crap. No issue. You're the one who makes all the tea he drinks. How much is it? Like 20 cups a day? This should work. Okay. Yeah, never mind. The thing after it definitely won't make. No problem. No problem at all. No. Let's first do a normal hill. And then... Oh, we need to arrive one higher. What if we do some boosters? Let's see if it makes it now. Waiting for the cable lift. There it is, going up. You know, we already know it makes the first part, so that's not particularly interesting. Now, does it make this? It should, right? Just about. Okay, it definitely still won't make this. Okay. Different idea. Let's just go up like this. Up to 72 meters. And let's just add some boosters. Not 257 though. I think 115 is enough. Let's see. Waiting for cable lift. Again. When in doubt, add more boosters. Basically, yes. Okay, will it make this now? It will. And then we got this beautiful section. And the brakes. Little booster there so that it makes the hill afterwards. And then we get back to the station. You know, I quite like this section. It's also fun to look at it from different angles. So I have a question to Mr. and Mrs. Dub. Did you know that you were both watching me? Or are you just acting like you didn't know? Because it would be quite amazing if you both independently found me and started watching me. Ah, you're in different rooms right now. I built the entrance on the wrong side, didn't I? Also, I want a longer queue line. It's a Giga Coaster. No matter. Oh, whoopsie daisy. No matter, there's probably some path below. And if not, well, their problem, not mine. Ah, so you did, you know, talk about me to each other, but this is an accident. Nice. Or an accident, coincidence, probably a better word. Let's see what the stats are. 8.50 excitement, 6.72 intensity and 3.34 nausea. That's very typical stats. A highest drop of 89 meters. And it's probably the longest ride in the park. Can guests drown in a log flume if they fall into it? Nope. And neither can... I can't even drop them there, but... yeah, it doesn't work. They just fall through it. Guests and rides do not collide with each other. I like your accent. Thank you. Can you check the park value? Sure. It's 735k. It's not rising that much. It's rising quite slowly because I'm not building very fast. Considering it takes a lot of time to build all the paths and stuff. So the other rides losing park value is causing the global park value to not rise too much. You can see an uptick here, which is the Giga Coaster, which we can probably charge more than 20 for. Oh, turns out we actually can't. That's interesting. Are unbound prices on, by the way? Yes. What if what if you use launched mode on a log flume and have the track end in water? Well, then it'll just crash and explode. So that's not gonna work. Okay, with all these big coasters on top, it starts to feel really crazy. Let's add more coasters to the mix, shall we? Because it's not crazy enough, not nearly. Yes, Cody, oh your goodness, this park. We're not done yet. No, 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 mister. Let's build a station here. Ultra steep chain lift, please. Thank you very much. Oh, too high for supports. No issue. Let's go down a bit further. Let's then do a looping. Double loop. Why not? Let's test it. The annoying thing with the Giga Coaster was that I could not test it during construction because the cable lift doesn't work in ghost mode. I know you can connect it once to already make it work, but I didn't want to do that because I was on the other side of the park. But it worked out fine in the end. Although, of course, the one time I can't test the ride, it turns out to be the only ride that I've built in this park so far, I believe, that doesn't make it. We had some other problems we needed to fix, like with the corkscrew and the vertical drop, but they at least made it. I'm having quite a bit of trouble while I'm building this to, like, when I'm here, how close am I to the stand-up coaster? Turns out, not close at all. I'm at 24 meters and the stand-up coaster is at a bit above 9. If I do this, I'm not even close. But from this, I thought I was quite close and, you know, almost, you know, went just over the looping. And it's really difficult. Does this work? Do we have enough space here? Can we go? No, that just won't work with it. That's a shame. What we can do now is, I think if we stay at 15, yes, that works. You can go between the path and the corkscrew. And then I think I'm gonna go back around here. Oh, we're right above that coaster. Let's do an S-bend. And it's still in the way, the nauseator, or whatever it's exactly called, 5000. And now the stand-up is in the way. Now that thing is in the way again. Why did I do this to myself? Oh well, gotta live with it. Let's see if there's any way I can make a turn around here. I don't think so. How much space do I have on this side? Okay, I do have one more than I thought. That does help me out. Because if I do this, then that, okay, that won't work. I need brakes before this. Let's do brakes here. And then, okay, no, I can't. Okay, I just need shorter brakes. Then it works. There we go. This path should not be too difficult to connect. Imagine navigating this park. Yeah, to get the looping coasters 7, walk down there, take the first 2 lefts and then the second left and the second right, walk up the ramp, head 2 kilometers south, take the next left. If you hit the merry-go-round you've gone too far and then take the next stairs up and it'll be right behind you. Thank you for the follow, Fiaball. And I think that's even quite a simple one for this park, Neptune. And I think this coaster turned out decently. Imagine the map. Well, we don't have to imagine. You can see it right here and it's almost entirely filled up. Mostly in the right corner there are still bits of green left. I can't zoom in any further than this. There's no zoom option on the map. Your brother made a park with a mini golf course that took over 2 years to go through once. I have something to show you. That's quite an impressive mini golf course, don't get me wrong. But if you don't mind me showing off a bit. I think I can top that. Wait, I'm not aligned to that path. Oh no, I'm not. Am I now? No, I'm right above it. This is so weird. Just going around this steep bit. This is much taller than I expected. Whoa. This is way different. That does work like that now. It's not you're like a baby. It's like you made a cool thing. Oh hey, I did that once too. And probably to a more extreme end. Alright, this coaster has a nice place here. Let me, if I can find the park name, find a little park called... Okay, it's not called Giant Golf. I thought that's what I called it. Alright, I had a lot of problems finding it last time. Oh, it's Mini Golf of Madness? Yes, it is. Now, this is a Mini Golf. Ooh, OpenGL has a lot of problems rendering this kind of stuff. Now that's a mini golf. There we go. Some music. Ooh, someone's just started. Oh wait, there's actually someone almost at the end. Player 6 is nearly at the end. Oh, wait a minute. The first one has just about finished. Let's see, where's the most recent player? There's one here. Is it just going... Where is this guy? Okay, he's there. Okay, 20 is there. So yeah, that's the difference between the players. How many holes? 31. Which is because it doesn't count further than 31. But it's a lot. We can roughly calculate the number of holes. Because every hole is 2 tiles. And I've pretty much filled up the entire park. So what we can do is we can look up the size of the park, which we just do by enabling sandbox mode and going to the map. It's 250 by 254. So if I quickly punch this in a calculator, 254 times 250, well, like times 127. Then we get 32,258 holes. Which is, a bit over 32,000. There's still some, some missing. I already took into account this bit. No, I didn't, but, about 32,000. Slightly less, I think. It's a lot. And it's all the same one. Which, I imagine, gets boring rather quickly. Now, he doesn't seem very happy or energized at all, now does he? He's quite hungry and quite thirsty. Strangely enough, doesn't have to go to the toilet after being in this minigolf for a long time. There must be some not so fresh places somewhere in this golf then. This ride should end with the guests falling off and exploding. Okay, what happens if I do that? What happens if I just delete that? Delete the end. Do they still explode or do they just get stuck, which sometimes happens as well? Let's fast forward a bit. Almost there. You can do it, mate. Come on, you can't miss that. He can, he sucks. Oh wait, that was not a hit. And he crashed. Although not with an explosion, he crashed here apparently. Which is rather odd. But yeah, crashing on minigolfs, it happened before. There was a park once where I built a totally normal minigolf. But somehow guests kept crashing in a place that was not at all near the minigolf. Which was very weird. Alright, let's get back to the previous park. There we go. Yeah, it was a normal minigolf. It was, I built it a bit through a coaster, but it was no cheats. It was not extraordinarily long, just normal length. I did use a lot of cheats in the park, but the golf itself was without cheats. So I don't know why it kept crashing. Do you think you will be an expert at minigolf after having gone crazy from doing the same hole row after time after time after time, while also being extremely tired, super hungry and super thirsty? I think he did better than any of us would. Let's see if we can still build some flat rides here before the support limit gets in the way. We can fit one here. Okay, so it's below the path actually. That's not really a problem. Oh, we only have 6 space rings. That means we have quite a lot of room for more. Okay, don't really have a lot of space for path here. Let's go around. Oh, wait. Are we below that coaster? I keep being surprised by where we are in relation to other things. There we go. How much can we actually charge for space rings? The plugin will do this for us, and I'm curious. When the Ferris wheel offers the same view as the path. Yeah, it's not great. Is it okay? Is it at 50 because it is 50, or has the plugin just not done its job yet? Let's see, what's this one at? 40. Okay, so it might just be 50. Because this one is a bit newer, so it hasn't degraded yet. We're nearing 5,000 guests without advertising. Which is pretty good. Let's do one here. Wait, that can't be connected. It is not. I thought the exit was connected, but then I looked at the heights of the exit and the path that it was supposedly connected to, and it didn't add up at all. I wonder what the guest limit is due to sprites. Currently, I would bet around 8,500. Something in that area, maybe a bit more. 8,600. Well, we can still go to 8,500 in the mega park, so here we can probably go a bit higher. Hello, Koploper Mao. Welcome to the stream. Okay, now I also want to fit a flat ride and some path in here. There we go. Perfect space. Oh, I'm actually already at the correct height. Nice. Oh, thank you very much for the bits, Spencer. You've been enjoying my Rollercoaster Tycoon streams on YouTube. I've been enjoying doing these. Because this is fun. You know, I really enjoyed my stream on Friday. I was surprised that so many people, up to a bit above 80 at some point, were willing to watch me make a tier list of all the flags in the world. Oh, thank you for the follow, Koploper Mao. It took, I'm not sure how long it took, presumably a bit over an hour. And that people were willing to watch it and hear my opinions about flags. Because I do have opinions about flags. And I quite like that. Okay, let's go. Okay, that doesn't work. What if I do that? I think I need a bit more space. Okay, no. This all doesn't work. What if I start from here? What's the best flag? It's Iceland's flag. Easily. Come on, fit, damn it. And the worst flag is Zambia's flag. Also, without a doubt. I don't think this is gonna fit, but then again I also think that this won't work. So let's move this. What if you move it over one here? Okay, I think that's just gonna have to be a write-off. But we can fit it there. Wales has the best flag. Well, I did not rate Wales. Because it's not a country. Well, according to a lot of English people, it is a country, but it's not a sovereign nation. Which is what I was looking for. I also don't think Wales has the best flag. Sure, it's cool and all, but it's not that pleasing to look at. When is your school starting again? It's not been down. My uni is all online. So that's not a thing for me. Then again, yeah, the campus has been closed since the start of the year. Except to, it's not been closed, but it's closed for people like me. So I haven't been to campus for a long time. So luckily I do, I study AI, which is rather easy to go online. It's still difficult. But it's a lot easier for us than, for example, arts. I really feel sorry for those people who study arts or, physical education, that kind of stuff, where you need a lot of in practice. I have a friend who studies chemistry and he's currently doing his masters. And he also needs to do a lot of experiments in the lab and whatnot. Which means that he has, he can be at the university a lot less than usual, and it's be all planned out and on distance. Like, that group is on Monday and Thursday, and that group is on Tuesday and Friday, or whatever. I thought Spain's was cool because it has the coat of arms on it. Well, generally, if a flag has the coat of arms on it, I hate it. There are a few exceptions with stuff like that on flags. I think that Slovakia and Slovenia do it quite well. But a lot don't. Thoughts on the Brazilian flag? Quite good. It's a classic because Brazil is a very well-known country and it's unique, which helps. But it's not one of my favorites. I think I put it either in B or A tier, which is still good. Okay, so Seychelles, overrated. South Korea, amazing. I think I put it in A tier. Okay, so currently I am getting the feeling back that I had when building the electric field spark. Which is basically build rides everywhere and just see if it's possible to connect the path. Which is a great feeling. Speaking about connecting the path, how would I go about this? Let's first do the exit path. I'm still mad at you for putting Kazakhstan's flag in the C tier. Well, it's just not that great. Nepal flag with its unique geometry. I appreciate the Nepal flag, but I think it's overrated. Okay, I need to swap these around. Because the unique geometry gets old fairly quickly for me, and I think it's just not as good as people claim it to be. It's not bad, not at all. Okay, let me actually upload the tier list to Imgur, and then I'll post a link in the chat if you want to take a look at it. Let's see. Should be here. Yes. Okay, so there you go. That's my flag tier list. There will be much arguing. Well, that's the point. I like the arguing. Which means we can argue about flags and stuff while I continue building up this park. Canada in the top. It was a very hard decision whether Canada would be A or S tier. And eventually I did put it in S tier, but I'm kind of doubting that again now. So Canada is like half S tier. How did the US deserve a B? I'm not sure if that means that you want it to be higher or lower. But you know, it's iconic, obviously. But I don't think it's that great, which is why it's still a B, and it's not, you know, it's not ugly or anything. I don't think it's that great. You want it to be lower. It's not that bad. Iceland and Norway look fantastic. Yep. Norway, or Iceland is basically the flag of Norway, but better. That's an observation tower. That masterpiece. Let's take a look at this. Ah, that's what I expected. The green thing. The old flag of Libya. It's just a green square. Monaco, Indonesia and Poland not in one tier. No, I believe I put Monaco on top, right? Above the other two. Because Indonesia's red is too bright for me. Which is why I put it lower than Monaco. And I prefer the red to be above the white. I just think it looks better, which is why Poland is lower than Monaco. You like the Faroe Islands flag? Yeah, I've seen that before. You know, I like any Nordic cross, but a Nordic cross in the style of Norway and Iceland with the little light colored band in between is, you know, that really gets me going. What someone said last time when I made the tier list was that Indonesia's red is basically just FF0000, as bright as you can. Which is not a great red. Oh yeah, Greenland, the Pokeball flag. I don't think it's that great. It would probably be a C tier. You know, average. Okay, there was a place somewhere here. There we go. How do these flags look at actual flags? Yeah, that's always going to be different. Thank you for the follow, Andy. But, you know, for the tier list, I just took them as being a perfect square with perfect coloring and stuff. Because, honestly, if you don't do that, it's going to be really difficult. Okay, I might need to move this over one bit. I think that fits. Yes, it does. Because then I'll have more space for the exit path. If I can get out of here. Turns out I might not be able to. Oh, good lord. Alright, screw it. Ah, damn it. Can I go? This is gonna be one hell of an exit line. There we go. Now it's connected. No entry signs. Not in this park. What about Vatican City? Oh, it might actually... I can't remember doing that. It might have actually only done the 193 UN members, because Vatican City technically is not a UN member. It's recognized by all other countries, but it chooses itself to not be in the UN. I didn't make that tier list, the options for the tier list. I just googled country flags tier list, and this is the general tier maker that people use, and there's an option for that. Vatican City would probably be, another C tier. So I'm not really impressed by it, but it's not ugly either. Like most flags. This is a lot of chaos, which I like. Yeah. Let's fill this up some more. Can we fit like a space rings in the... Ooh, what if we just put it here in the corner? And we can build the exit path through here. Yes, yes. Ah, that was easy. Then the exit line can go here. Exit line, enters line. Wait, it can't? What's in the way? Wait. Looping. Oh, this is called... Wait, how is looping in the way? This is 1.5 meters above the ground, right? How is that in the way? Gotta fix your flags like Jack's films. Alright, yeah. I don't watch Jack's films anymore, but I probably made some references to it in that video. Because I quite like that video of him. Let's just go down. This might be a helix, which is why it doesn't work. So what about the Hong Kong flag? The Hong Kong flag is definitely either B tier or A tier. One of the two. Wait, what's in the way now? Looping again? Stupid coaster. Oh no, the stand-up is in the way. This is gonna be more difficult than I thought. Do you think the Luxembourg flag is like a cup of tea that had the tea bag removed too early? Well, I don't drink tea at all. So I don't know what that tastes like. Does this work? It does. Nice. This is gonna be one hell of a queue line for a space rings. That's not gonna be pleasant. I like the random flat rides inside the coaster. I do like the light blue of the Luxembourg flag, but I prefer the Dutch flag. Let's see if we can fix this somewhere inside. Now the question is, if I build it here, will I be able to build an exit? Well, I can't build a tower, so that doesn't work. What about here? Now I can build a tower. Okay, I should be able to build an entrance and exit line here, right? This is clear open space. Yes. Easy. Since I'm from the Philippines, what do you think of the Philippines flag? I think I put it in B tier. I quite like it. Okay, it seems like I can't put a maze here. What about a merry-go-round? Well, I can put it there, but that has issues, as we've established before. What about space rings there? Because it might be able to go under some places. Ooh, there, yeah! Yes. Perfect position. Okay, I need to find a position to get to the path. Because the path is getting quite filled up. There we go. Latvian flag. I don't really like the maroon. I think I made it either C or D tier. Probably C. And that's connected as well now. Nice. Perfect space rings. Not for people who are afraid of heights though. But I like that it's looking a bit more full now with all these rides and paths. And all that good stuff. Because it did look fairly empty inside this coaster. Did I forget to do the benches and the bins? I did, I think. There are none here. It's increasingly difficult to do it. These kind of places. Isn't there also a flag with an AK-47 on it? Yes, Mozambique's flag. Which I don't like. But the design of Mozambique flag is really good. Apart from the AK. So I think I still put it in C tier. Maybe even B. My state flag is terrible. It says Illinois on it. Well, before we did the country flag tier, we went through all the state flag and I gave my comments on it. And on about half the state flags, I said, stupid seal on blue. I'm not sure if Illinois has a seal on blue, but if it did, you'll know my opinion about it. I don't think the mechanics are getting overwhelmed, Spencer. There are plenty. Let's actually max out the staff to 150 handyman. Maryland is a glorious mess. Yes, I don't hate Maryland. And I also don't hate the flag. You would probably complain about quite a few of Canada's province flags. Don't a lot of them just have the Union Jack in the upper left corner and then some kind of seal or whatever, or coat of arms, something like that? Flag of Nunavut. Nunavut. Okay, I had not seen that before. I don't like it. I think the bunch of the stack of stones, it feels like it's randomly drawn in paint or whatever. It feels weird. So my favorite US state flag is probably, well, not probably, it is Arizona. Flag of Amsterdam, not bad, not bad. Not really a big fan of it either. Let's do an impulse coaster. Let's satisfy the needs of Max. But where shall we build it? The park is getting a bit crowded. Just a tiny bit. You know, it happens. In a TED talk about flag design, some guy used an Amsterdam flag as good design. You know, I'll just put it right above here. You know, the Amsterdam flag might be good design, but I don't have to like it. There are probably plenty of flags that have a good design. You know, objectively speaking, you know, for as far as that can be objective. But that I also don't like. Let's keep it simple, let's do that. I'm sure there are people that don't like Iceland's flag. Well, I think Iceland's flag is an amazing design and very pretty. You know, I would definitely take it out on a date. Thank you for the photo, Dustin. Okay, I think I need to go above this and then somehow connect it here. What if I go? Would that work? And thank you for the follow, Rupku. Okay, there's a coaster in the way. I think I know where I want to connect this, right here. Yep. Okay, what's the height difference? 7.5, 13.5. Okay, so I was once again utterly confused about where I was with my path. There we go, now it's, well, not connected quite yet, but there we go. The problem with opinions, everyone has one. No, that's the great thing about opinions. That's... The more people that have an opinion on something, the better. At least with the assumption that people have a normal and healthy debate. Instead of whatever some people are doing. But having different opinions with debates about, you know, not very important stuff. With, you know, with hot political stuff, sure, it sucks. But with stuff like flags, it's amazing. I get to be passionate, and I get to be passionate and talk about what I like, what I don't like. And you guys can be, well, you're wrong. And you are right that I am wrong, but I am also right because it's an opinion. And I like that. And then you can rant about what's great about certain flags and what's terrible about certain flags and all that kind of stuff. What do you think about the Milwaukee flag? No clue. Let's make this thing do a bit faster launch and a few more laps. Let's open it. Will it go fast enough now? It does. I don't know what the Milwaukee flag looks like. Marcel, how long have you been streaming on Twitch? Well, today about 2.5 hours, and in total about 2.5 months. Flag of Milwaukee. Wait a minute, before I click on it. Is it the one I'm thinking of? It is. Yes, it's this thing. I don't like it. Oh wait, is it the one? I've seen this before. Definitely. But there was a very... some American city that had a very overcrowded flag. It might be this one, but there might have been a worse one, like Minnesota or like Minneapolis or something. I'm not sure. What about the Pocatello flag? Oh, that's absolutely terrible. That's not a flag, that's a logo. Or a slogan. Okay, so what are the stats on this thing? 6.86, 8.26, 5.74. That's pretty good. Minus 2.46 negative cheese, which is a bit extreme, but it's fine. Ooh, we've passed 5,000 guests quite a bit ago. How much are we making per month? 62k. Okay, so I'm going to use a little cheat. Because money doesn't matter. So, instead of doing all the work myself, I'm going to use renew rides. Let's see how much more money we make in August. It's actually at the start of August. We might make suddenly 80k. And while we're waiting for that, let me build some cash machines. I should also probably just build some more food stalls and that kind of stuff. Especially while we're still at the height that I can. There we go. This is only the 5th toilet in the park. More cash machine. And we still need info kiosk. I love how toilets are always 100% popular. Well, not this one yet, because it's not calculated. But are they, though? Let's have a look. Status. Popularity. Yep, 100%. You're right. Satisfaction, 70%. Did that mean that 30% of the people did not have a good bathroom experience? What are those blue highlights on the tiles when the shops are being placed? I'll explain it while also showing off the highlights. You mean these? This is a virtual floor. And it, you know, it enables when I press control. Does it also when I shift something? Yeah, it does. When I control or shift something, and it shows you where at the height you can't build. Yeah, people say useful RCT, open RCT2 feature. I never use it. I never ever use it. I don't know. I mean, I know how it works, but I find it confusing. But maybe that's just my weird brain. That's another couple of stalls. So yesterday, we finally had snow in the Netherlands. For the first time in quite a lot of years, in like 3 or 4 years, we had some decent snow. And now it's all gone. We can't just have good snow. It's, at least, you know, in the north where I live, it's gone. It might not be in the south. But it's just so terrible. I want like a fat layer of snow, like at least 5 centimeters. It stays there for at least a week. So that at some point I can go out, have a nice walk while it's not snowing, but there's also a nice layer of snow. Let's build a looping coaster. I really like the way the looping coasters look when you build them all through each other and stuff. Where shall I build the station though? Oh, before I do that, I want to see if I can kind of fit some flat rides here maybe. Because it's a bit too open for my liking. I can put it on top. Oh, there we go. Now the question remains, can I build an exit path and an entry path? Well, answer seems to be no. Maybe there though. Okay, I can get out of here. That works. Okay, there's no way to get out of here. And then they're not either. Okay, that's not going to work. In Eindhoven there's no more snow. That's a big fat rip. Okay, what if I place it here? I think I should be able to build an exit and entry path now. Well, we got this one covered. We're out of the mess. Well, almost. What's in the way now? Oh, it's the spiral slide. Now it's the looping coaster again. Hang on. Where am I? Oh, I'm there. Okay, I can't go down. Okay, I can go around here. Does this work? This works. Nice. Buy all the land. Already done that. Oh, well, that was easy. Nice. Space rings number 10. Okay, so how much did we make in August? 81,000. Told ya. All the rides are new, which means we can charge a lot more. Ooh, poles in the middle of a maze and dodgems seems to be a bit dangerous. I love how all these guests are taking the long way around. Because you can also go this way, just the short way, but no, all the long way. Is there a cheat that you can buy land that's not for sale? Oh yes, oh, sandbox mode is still on. Thank God I didn't accidentally abuse that. But if you have sandbox mode on and you go to this, I can just give myself more land like this. You know? La 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 la. Let's not do that. Because OpenRCT2 does that. But I'm not going to do that. Because the whole thing about this stream and this park is that we're constricted. And we just want to keep and keep and keep and keep building. But if I have this entire plot, it's going to take way too long to build a park at the same density as this one. You need a small-ish park for that. Which is why Electric Fields and Forest Frontiers are both great for that. Okay, so we have one space rings in here. Can we fit a smaller thing like this? Well, it fits in the corner. And we can go down with the path. Ooh. Hang on, does this work? Well, it definitely doesn't work. I have to go down, but I'm afraid that it still won't fit. That fits, but yeah, that doesn't. Ooh, what if I go the other way? I can go the other way. And I can just join that to the underground path. Wait, this still doesn't fit? Oh, Jesus. Alright. Cutaway view. There we go. Down with you. And now we're underground. Easy. And now the other bit. The entry line. The queue line. I kind of want to do this through the coaster. Let's see if I can manage that. Should be possible, right? I think I already see a way. Never mind. Oh wait, this works. If I go this way and then that way. Then that way, that doesn't fit. If I go this way and then this way and then this way. No, 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 no. Well, I have gotten out of it. I can just go very high, very tall. And that would work. Let me just go over here. There we go. Perfect. There is a little bit of cash machine in the way in the queue line, but that's alright. Just jump over that. The cash machine has some really weird clearance, so you can just build around with only 2 units. How many guests are lost? Well, 170 are running out of cash, which is not good. Lost doesn't seem to be a lot. I haven't seen the thought yet. In fact, the music is nice here. They've already gotten. No, not a lot of guests are lost. I like how there's a random spiral slide just tucked away behind a few coasters. We should be able to do more here as well, right? This is a bit barren. There we go. Alright. That's much better. What's the ride ticket income from last month? 81,000. Well, that's a short queue line. Let's make that longer. Oh, but that is an exit line that I'm connecting it to. That's not a problem though. Wait a minute. I'm currently not connecting it right. Because if I just lengthen this thing and do that and that, now it's no longer a dead end, so I can connect things to it. Oh, I can just connect that there? Nice. How were you able to amend the goal criteria for places like Forest Frontiers for your extreme challenges? No, that's not only OpenRCT2. Let me show you how. Well, some of the stuff is, but I can quickly show you how I did it. Let's start a new Forest Frontiers game. Then I used OpenRCT2 to do scenario options, and I did, I think, harder gas generation, more difficult park rating, And yeah, none of the others. Then I save the park as Frost Frontier Extreme. Then you go back to the main menu, which takes a while. Then you go to a little option called Convert Saved Game to Scenario, which was a thing. It's not OpenRC2, it's vanilla. Then you go to the saved game. Then you can do the goal, 2,500 in 1 year, which was the goal. And you go save scenario like normal. And that's how that works. I can also do this. Have you start out with this park. Which will be interesting. And that's also how you make a park start with rides. You can't make them when you're building the scenario. You gotta make your scenario, play it, build your ride, get your guests, and then convert saved game to scenario. Oh, but that's not a problem, Schrödinger's cat, Everyone learns. You always start at 0. Let's build another coaster. Let's do a looping coaster. Where to build the station? I think I can build it above here. Perfect. Wait, it doesn't have lawn. Oh, this is a limb coaster. Never mind. I want a looping coaster. I was confused as to why I did not have access to boosters. Although the boosters are quite weak on these. Yeah, let's just use them for a tiny bit. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, that works. Got a puzzle to make this all work. But it works now. There we go. Let's actually make it some nice color so that I can more easily recognize where I'm building. I don't think we have a yellow coaster yet. It's doing nicely. Let's do some loops. It is the looping coaster after all. I don't even know what I'm looking at. The greatest park ever built. And you know it. I remember building the yellow coaster on Electric Fields. And it was a bloody nightmare to make everything fit. And it was only like looping coaster 6. And I pretty much only had looping coasters. So yeah, it's going to keep getting harder. Hello, Super Rabbit 128. I find it interesting that there have been 127 other Super Rabbits before you. Okay, I think I just need to go around. Oh no, that doesn't work. Okay, what if I just make a turn here? Oh, that's fine. Can I actually go through this looping? Hang on, if I... Yes! That works! Nice. Now I need to find a way to get down, and I think I know a way. This is a classic way that I've used before. There we go. 2 steep bits. Now I just need to connect these 2 bits. Which shouldn't be too difficult. Famous last words. We'll see. As bent. No, that doesn't work. Because there's a little coaster in the way. It's just our looping coaster. Never mind. What if we just go one higher then? Then we're clearing that. Yes. Okay, what if we do helix upwards? Okay, that doesn't work. But do that. Amazing! It fits! Hey Llama Twister, welcome. Let's build an entrance and an exit. And let's test it. Let's see if the G's and stuff are all acceptable. It's a fairly compact coaster as well. Ah, works out nicely. How are you doing this? A lot of fiddling, my man. A lot of fiddling. Looping coaster is super generous with its G-forces. No, it's not. It's as generous as any other ride. Any ride in the game, if you go 60 kilometers per hour or faster through a tiny turn, well, small turn, like these, unbanked, you get excessive G-forces. The looping coaster might not give a lot of intensity per G-force. That might be true, I don't know. I would not be surprised if it is, because that sounds reasonable. But it does not get less G's. And you get a penalty at the same amount of G's. Alright, the stats seem decent, 5.8 to 6.6. And 2.9 nausea, but who cares about nausea? I can't remember a single time that I built a roller coaster that had fine intensity and excitement stats, but was too nauseous. It's not impossible to do that. I think I've done it before on purpose. I'm actually pretty sure I have. But not by accident. Okay, so you did mean how it influences the rating. That's fair. Okay, how do I get this to... Oh, that's why I could not go down. There's a big fat twister in the way. Alright, let's go here then. Wait. We're not where I thought I was. Which is a common theme with me building path. Can I connect this more easily? Can I already go down here? Oh, well, yeah, that works. Nice. How is this park perfect for people with ADHD? Or was it a sarcastic remark which I'm too dumb to get? And there we have the yellow coaster. I like it. Let's build another flat ride right here, where there shouldn't be one. But let's build one anyway. Let's do a haunted house. It's driving your ADHD bonkers. Well, I do apologize for that. And if it's too bad, then, you know, feel free to stop watching. Because I would entirely understand that. But I love building this park. Okay, I think I'm going to alter this a bit. Thank you for the follow, YFR. If I just do that and that and that and that and that and that, then I can connect to the path a bit earlier. Which is nice. Do you think you will need any security guards or entertainers? No, never. I don't have the space for them anyway. I'm already maxed out on staff. Let's do another flat ride here. Let's do a tower. Well, it's gonna be a short tower. That doesn't work. If I build it here, can I build an exit line then? Nope. We'll just go all the way around. Let's actually make the exit line go around. This is perfect. Oh wait, now I'm one too high? Yes. Well, now it works. Okay, I just need to go above here. And then I can connect it back down there. Nice. Can you do hedge mazes underground? Good question. I don't think you can. Nope. I'm trying to drag it down, but it doesn't work. You can't. Okay, now this bit feels a bit more filled up as well. It felt empty with only the coaster and 3 flat rides. Now we have a coaster and 6 flat rides, a few of which are raised up. And I think I filled out most empty feeling spots in the park. You know, the thing about filling up these spots on the side where there was just a single coaster is that it now feels more like there's a wall of a ride. With the coaster it doesn't feel like it's full. But now, especially with this junior coaster, it feels like there's just a wall of stuff, which makes it feel so much more built up and full. Place a Ferris wheel at the highest place possible. Well, that's not very high. I have one, for example, here, which is close to the highest possible. You can only go like 9 meters up or something. Let me build a spiral slide in the corner. Like that. Doing stuff... Well, let's do it a bit higher then. Doing stuff like that really makes it, you know, makes the park fill up. You hate the steeplechase. So do I. I believe they ranked 3rd in my worst coasters of all time video. Wait, where am I? Can I connect it to there? Yes. Okay, now I need to go one up again. Can I go this way? No. Can't go that way either. Well, I'm kind of stuck here. I could just make it short though. But that's no fun. Oh, this is all exit line though. Hang on. What if I just do that? And then do that. There we go. I'm surprised you're not getting spammed with errors that guests are lost. I have those errors turned off. In fact, they might not even exist in OpenRCT or in RCT2 at all. Let me see. Can I turn them off? On. Guest warnings. I think this is only about guests that I follow though. Because all the others are turned on. Because I am not following any guests, I think. Let's follow guest 8, who has spent 708 euros in the park. Like, then we might get notifications for him. But I don't think we get general get is lost notifications, which were really annoying in big parks, so it's good that they got rid of it. Yeah, your guests are getting lost. A general one, that still exists. Are we almost making 100k? Okay, so our best month is almost 85. We're spending 11,500 on staff wages every month. We're at the point where we have so many guests that have already been in the park for quite a while, and we get so many ride income per month that rain actually decreases our profits. We don't make back the decrease from ride ticket prices in umbrellas. We only make a couple of thousand extra from that, and we lose more than 10k. This is a hell of an improvement compared to what we started with today. This is actually getting really full. And I love it. But I'm also getting a bit tired. Because I had to get out of bed early today. And you say early, how early? Well, and you know, you might be shocked with how early it was. It was 9 AM. Which makes me sound like a bit of a wuss. But in my defense, I had streamed until 2:30 in the morning, just 2 nights before. Which was a lot of fun, but also moved my sleep schedule around a bit. Ah, come on, why doesn't that fit? So 9 AM was early for me. Can I just go there? I should be able to, right? Oh, come on. Come on, everything is in the way. What if I go down? Can I go below here? What if I go down one more? Oh, come on. Okay, I can go here now. That's good. Oh, it works. Perfect. You'll be off. Alright, see you next time, Fred. You would love to see the paper map that guests buy. Me too. It's gotta be a hell of a map. I mean, it's gotta look like this one. With just everything filled out. You can't make anything out of it now, can you? How many rides do I have? Let's take a look. I have 161 rides, which means we're almost 2/3 through our maximum. So we can't build this up infinitely. Then again, we are starting to get at about the limit of how tall we can build our flat rides, which means that at some point it will be coasters only anyway, which fill up the park a lot slower in terms of ride count, since one coaster is much bigger, if you build big coasters, than one flat ride. It doesn't matter if the maps are free. Guests are buying them anyway if they're only 60 cents, which they started, and I did not change that. I'm really loving this park. But I think that's also enough for today. I'm a bit tired and I don't want to keep going and, you know, tire myself out. I'm honestly surprised I made it this long. This far. But yeah, I do want to thank you all for watching. It was a fun stream. And let's see. Oh, let's rate J-Dub. He he stopped watching to stream himself. So let's rate him. He's a nice fella. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. It was a fun stream and I love this park. And you're all great. Yeah, the maximum is 255. We're gonna rate J-Dub. You know, you might know him by now. We've rated him a couple of times. Jdub.exe. Be nice to him. Drop all the love. You know, do some hype stuff, whatever. And then I will see you in the next live stream. Have a good night.